Hey YouTube, so I was going through my stack the other day, having a little look at some of the coins, and recently there was a few videos about your worst buys or your best buys. This is kind of like, I guess, about my worst buys really. Not all of the coins here are my worst buys, but I'll get into that closer and show you what's up with all these coins. We have half-ounce koalas, Somali elephants, 2016, 2017, UK lunars. Back here we have the Perth Mint coins. One coin seems to be doing well is this Monkey King coin. I am thinking about flipping these lunars at some point because I'm not back collecting the series. Nothing wrong with these coins, but we'll get into those in a little bit. A few copper rounds. They're actually not bad little pickup. They were pretty cheap and actually have been able to sell them. Don't make a lot of money, but if you can sell volume sometimes you can make money. Yeah, I haven't really been listing much over the last few months with what's happened and haven't really been into the stack much. These half-ounce koalas, picked them up pretty cheap, thought yeah, might be able to flip these, be the cheapest person selling them. Haven't really sold any of them. Listed on eBay still, no one wants them. I mean, I could look for some other half-ounce koalas of the other years and try and put a few sets together. Sometimes that works. I don't mind, I picked them up pretty cheap. Pick these up at about the same price as, you know, I'll pick up some 1 ounce coins. I don't mind, I buy stuff that I do like. I did a video a long time ago about these coins, about how bad they are. So anyhow, you can see there's all this nasty there, kind of like real dirty, plus it's all spotted up to skullduggery. But one I did clean with my polishing cloth. Oh yeah, you see the other one, you can see it even through the capsule. Queenie's face. Quite a few scratches on these coins. See all those marks and stuff. Look, and I didn't actually clean the other one, so maybe it's these rings. Been in the capsules since virtually I got them. Didn't pay a lot for these. The first Predators, obviously the lynxes were a bit more, but was quite low when I got these. I think these Cougars were about £13 something or other at the time. These were one of the first coins that I picked up. You can see there, milk spots galore. Won't be getting any more because I did get these, the lynx. That was the lynx I was showing you with all the spots on. Take them all out, but you can see the spots there. Look. So that's the lynx. This was the 2017 coin bought this year. So probably one of my worst buys this year. And I only bought two. I think these were about £15 or something like that. But considering the price of other coins at the time, I'll have to check exactly on how much I pay for these. I might have a plan for these coins. So I had this 2013 Somalian elephant. Bought a few a while back. I flipped them all. And this was the last one that I'd kept. So just to show you, I think it might be on the other side. So let me flip this one over. Sometimes I just think it's easier just to leave it in the capsule. They were pretty good, all 2013s I had. Prices have gone up on these 2013s. So let's get on to the 2016. I've got 5 2016s. So this side, over by the 20 there on the left. Nice big milk spot coming by the 16. So that's another one there. And pretty much all of these, all 5 of them, have issue. There it is, it's a milk spot. See it right there. Milky spot. Means they're real. These are cheap bullion coins. I could put them into a tube and just keep them for their bullion weight, or I could do what I plan to do with them, but this one's not that bad, but still it's got a couple of spots and around the edges and stuff. I don't even know why I'm putting them back into the capsules. I should really take them out of the capsule. This one don't look too bad. I might have a good one. No, do you know what it is? Do you know these come in tubes? So they take them out of the tubes. Look, the one, hardly no spots, but it has a big scratch there, big dink. So, milk spots. Not as bad as the others. This one probably being one of the worst ones. You can see all over that side. Dun, dun, dun. Milk spots. Huge mothers. I mean, they are cheap bullion. there's not that much risk with them really. I could probably get my money back at least on these, even with milk spots. And then the last one, yeah, has a big dirty milk spot. Don't even need to take this one out of the capsule. That's a big one. So yeah, pretty nasty those. So 5 duds there. So 5 and 4, 9. And then on to 2017s. Now I only bought 2 2017s because I did notice after I got there was a couple of spots, and these can do well a couple of years down the road if they got no issues. But I have seen ones that have got spots go for some money as well, because especially some of the older ones with these ones, the mintages are quite high. So 2017, that's starting. And let's look at the other 2017. So say you were to buy one of these coins and spend X amount of money on it, and you think, well, I'll be able to sell them because the numismatic value, and then they get milk spots. You're not going to be able to do that. It will impact on how much you'll get for the coin. You'll still probably get more than a spot for this coin. That's just the nature of the beast, especially in the UK with VAT and stuff like that. We have to pay more for our silver anyway, so it means that when you come to sell it, someone's willing to pay slightly over that spot price because of the VAT, and you paid that. So it's kind of an added cost that it gets added on to everything down the road. And there's another 2 there, so that's 11. Now the next coin was just one that I picked up in this mint packaging. It was a 2012 Britannia, but I'm not sure if on the shield there's a milk spot or is it just on the plastic. But yeah, it's still in the mint thing, so I picked up that. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for this one, but it might have been slightly more than a modern Britannia. I just wanted to get one at the time. This 2012 cost more than I bought the 2017 ones that I bought, but they could develop milk spots or whatever, but it is just generic bullion. Sometimes these coins do carry a certain premium as well. In certain years when there's not that many of them sold or whatever, or changing the design or a certain year. That was one of those that I kind of picked it up and thought, oh well, you know, I could have bought a 2017 that has the same design, although the back is different, so that's a little different. Then on to the UK Lunas, which a few people in the UK kind of have, and I used to like these coins until they brought out the rooster, which I thought was a terrible design. But all these coins have slight issues, man, and some of them do have spots, fingerprints or scratches, if you can see that around there. As I said, it is only bullion, and that's pretty much how a lot of them come. And these coins do carry a premium because they're capital gains tax free. Did have quite a few, I sold a few. These are what I have left, and you know, at the end of the day they are bullion and they do cost a premium. I'm not buying any more of them, as I said, because the rooster was proper nasty, and yeah, so I just have a milk spot there. So the rooster was pretty nasty, but not as nasty as the dog. So yeah, this one's got some milk spotting sort of thing, scratches, you see them. So pretty much all the same. There's that rim damage on that one. It's like, where's the damaged rim? Can you see it in a certain light? So the quality of these coins is not great. That's another reason why after the monkey I was like very disappointed. Every one I got was scratched, had like fingerprints, all that, and then with the designs it was just like, nah, no way. Not with the premium that they're charging and stuff like that. Flip those, and if I do, I'll just buy some Britannias to replace them. And there's the sheep, they're pretty like nasty. I do like this horse design, really did like the proofs as well, but they were like the best coins that I've bought. Proofs of these, horse proof. Sometimes the best things you get are the things you haven't got no more, and you've sold and you've made a profit on it and you've reinvested it back into the stack. No issues with the coins, and you can sell them. So anyhow, so that's basically another 17 ounces or something like that. That obviously has issues. You know, there's others that, as I said, like the 2013, that if I'm going to get rid of all the other Somali elephants, then I might as well get rid of this Somali elephant as well. Unlock that profit. I'll be able to buy probably 2 ounces of generic to replace that one. Then the other thing that I got was I picked up this stock horse first release, MX69, to make up an order was pretty cheap. Great coin, only one problem with it. It has a milk spot right there. Yeah, there we go. And sometimes it is the thing about modern bullion that grading it, that it can then spot and then even further devalue the coin. It's not like you can get into it and clean it. Also, this series has finished and there's only like 10,000 of these coins. Comes with the COA and that. Probably try and flip this, as I always intended to do it. Didn't have the time and been out of the selling game for a bit because of what happened with my boy and stuff, and not really doing much. But it's a lovely coin, beautiful. But then, you know, there's just that one little spot. Although it's not very noticeable, it is noticeable. One spot. If that didn't have a spot, it'd be alright. It's an MX69. It's not the best grade, it's the second best grade. That's another kind of like, who knows if I'll be able to turn a profit, or will it be a small loss on this. As I said, I didn't pay a huge amount for it. It was about the price of a raw coin. Still 10,000 coins, and that's just another one. But it just goes to show you that Perth Mint coins, although most of them are pretty decent, it can happen that they spot up. So yeah, I mentioned the Monkey King coin. Really am liking this coin. Hasn't come out of the capsule, but as you can see, it has that frosted finish and it's colourised queenside. I can't really get these ones out of the capsule because these Perth Mint ones do fit pretty good. I can't get it out today. I just really can't. I'm not going to get these Perth Mint coins out, but these, well, I don't know what people are selling them for at the moment, but they are asking quite a bit than what I bought it for. Might have been a good one, that one, the Monkey King, and I do like the design. The Queenie does look a bit frosted on that side. That might just be on the capsule. I think it is just on the capsule. Can happen with Perth Mint coins. And then we have the Roosters. A lot of people worried about it being 4 9s, fine. The first one to be 4 9s. Any scratches, you do get them on the capsules, pretty good. No issue with that one. Then the 2 monkeys. No issues with them either, all pretty good. Honky dory. Obviously the different size of the monkeys probably going to do better than these 1 ounce monkeys because of the low sales. Lucky enough, I have a whole set of the monkeys from the 1 ounce to the 10 ounce, and I got these 2 monkeys. So one was thinking I was going to maybe do a set when I first started, and then I thought no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to back collect the Lunas. Is that just where it's the light? I think so. I got sent an extra one free. Same with these Lunar horses. I got sent 2 extra of these Lunar horses by my dealer. Went to get 2 horses and 4 sheep, and they sent me 4 horses and 4 sheep. Lucky. And the goat. I did look over my kookaburras. No real issues that I could see. It's one of those things why I don't buy really higher premium bullion. I do like the Lunas, it's just premium on them. I'd rather buy the kookaburras or something like that. They do seem to hold their value, and the condition of them generally is second to none. I'll be showing you a few more coins later on of what I think are my best buys, and some of those will be from different mints that really I don't see any issues with them quality wise or milk spotting. So, but all of these, apart from the Lunas and the copper, are all of the ones in my pile. Let's put those on there. So basically that little pile there from my stack could be, as Mr. Zeke would say, furnace fodder. Because of the spots, it can wipe out the actual numismatic value, or where you would make a profit, you may have to take a small loss. I'm going to make a profit on this one, and I'm going to make a profit on all these other ones as well. I'm going to make probably a healthy profit on this one, hopefully. All those other, and my kookaburras and all the other coins and the koalas, although, you know, I am the cheapest person on eBay that has those listed, those 2011, 2012. No one wants to buy any. Might be a sign of the times, the way it's going, that people just aren't buying at the moment. A lot of it might have to do with people's disposable incomes. Let's show you again from Beach Bum, my peace dollar. Just got that away, and then in there I put with the jigsaw. As I said, told you I still haven't put it back together because, you know, yeah, some people, not just within silver community, but in society in general, are getting less and less disposable income as everything is getting out of sync, just like how silver and gold are out of sync from what I think they're really worth. And I'll probably show off a few of my gold stack as well, different things coming up soon, while I'm not picking anything up until the new year. Like stackers, if it's costing you more to just to live, to pay more taxes, pay more in council tax every year, here in the UK, pay more here, pay more there, smaller bars of chocolate, or everything doesn't last as long because it's smaller, but it's for the same money, so then you have to go again and get more. People just haven't got the money to be buying. So people haven't got the money to be buying. That's a problem, isn't it? Whatever it is. And that's why businesses and things are struggling, and there's permanent sales, because people are struggling. At some point it is going to tip the balance, and this stuff, silver and gold and precious metals and stuff, I still believe in that. If there's the price correction, it ain't gonna make no difference if this has got a few spots or whatever, or if I paid slightly more for it, because I do see silver being really realistically at a 9-to-1 ratio to gold. The ratio it comes out of the ground. It seems kind of strange, but doesn't everything? When you think that this is an industrial metal as well, and industry uses the most of it, and it's consumed, and really most of it is not recovered, so therefore there's actually less of it. It's so cheap. That's because everything's run by these big companies and industries and everything. The banks, they're all controlled, they're all in cahoots. They've got a vested interest to keep the price low and don't tell anyone what its strengths are or what it's going to do, especially with virtual money, even paper money, fiat, but virtual money, cryptocurrency. Fundamentally it's good, but everything's used for bad. This is physical. It's a precious metal. It's been collected to trade. It is real money. It's not really an investment. We're all waiting for the price correction. I can't tell you when it's going to come, but I do believe it will come. It may even be next year. Who knows? Usually these things happen when something happens to a monetary system, or something happens like a world war or a wiped out civilization. Like, these things have never happened in the past before, but they have. Civilizations have been wiped out. It could happen again. Anything could happen. And then when it does happen, the same people who run things now will be offering the solutions. But that's another story. I do believe that silver and gold and maybe even copper, these have special properties. Copper is used so much. We have so much copper in our houses. I do like those copper rounds. Copper's cheap. Why is copper cheap? Why is copper cheap? Because there's an abundance of it, yeah? There's an abundance of copper. But it's used, and then half of it, it's recycled. It does keep it kind of stable. But with silver, most of it's not recovered. So how can it be recycled? Maybe later. If you go back and look at historical figures, check them against all the figures that are out now, then silver and gold should be more valuable and be at a 9-to-1 ratio compared to those figures. But it's only because it's manipulated, and banks have come out and said yes, they have manipulated the price, and they continue to do it by flooding the paper market, which again, if you don't hold this, you don't own it. Said we want our physical silver, they haven't got it. How many ounces of physical silver made every year? I don't know the exact figures, but I tell you, it's nowhere near the amount that is traded in the paper markets. If everyone said, well, we want delivery, well, they ain't going to get no silver. You ain't going to get none, because they ain't got none. The fractional reserve banking system, the same thing. And all they do is dump loads of paper contracts on the market that don't intend to meet. I'm no expert, don't listen to me, but at the end of the day, not just how good these coins actually do look, even though they're milk spotted and nasty, no one tells you about it. They don't tell you about it at school. Oh yeah, get silver and gold because that's a hedge against inflation. No, the system is corrupt by the schools. From everything first, they teach you what the system wants you taught. That's why a lot of people are stuck in a mindset of they can't break out of it, or like, oh, we can't, no, that can't be like right, because they wouldn't do that, would they? And the truth is, they don't care about the people. People are dispensable. That's what they do. Look at Japan, the Second World War. Nukes went off, and who let off the nukes? The same people that are saying that Korea shouldn't have nukes. Hold on, why can't they have nukes? You've got nukes, why can't they have them? We'll see how that pans out. Or the transfer of wealth to Asia, to the third world, and the West becomes the third world. Is it slowly happening? Has manufacturing been transferred out of Western countries into other countries? Something big's going to happen at some point. I can't tell you what it is, and at the same time, money will be, a new system will be needed to put into play, because one, no one will trust it. Who's pushing cryptos? An ethical point of view about cryptos, that electronic currency, virtual money, anyone could be cut off from the system, and that's not something that I want to be part of. You go down to the supermarket, want to buy food, and you've been making a video about the government, for instance, or the system, or anything that they don't agree with, they could sanction you. We're not going to allow you to go on the holiday, or we're not going to allow you to drive or buy petrol for your car or whatever. You've been really bad, we're not going to allow you to get food. We have no food for you. So generally you find that things aren't used for good, they're used for the suppression of the people, and this kind of like metal kind of keeps you kind of like out of that system. It's the only thing that they can't really touch, and they're the ones that are picking it all up. Cheap JP Morgan and big banks and countries and whatever, they're the ones picking up these metals and holding on to them, because they know that this is the only thing that's going to be real, physical wealth. The paper money, pounds, dollars, that's not backed by anything. What's that backed by? Can't take it to the shop and buy something, because most people will be like, I don't even know what it is, it's got the Queen on it, it says it's worth £2. Well, worth a lot more than £2, but people in other countries around the world know how much 1 ounce of silver is worth, and will take that for payment rather than fiat. Maybe not in our civilized Western world yet, but at some point, real money, that's what it's all about. So for me, nothing's really changed, just the way I'm looking at things as well. And some, as Shadowstack says, some coins are not even, and the risk factor, the risks, offsetting risk, like risk of these can do really well, can maybe outperform these monkeys, but quality wise not as good. I've got 5, and all 5 they're not very good in that year, where I've got 2 of these and they're all good. So which is the better buy? I'd say the monkeys. They're too risky. If it was only like 1 out of the 5, maybe these would be a better buy, but so I don't think I'll be buying any more elephants in the future. I really do like them, and they can do really well. It's just one of those things that it's a risky game. You have to be selective and try and minimize your risks. I'm not buying any Lunas until Luna 3 comes out, and I'll see what happens. I may flip these ones, I may keep them for a little bit longer, because you can keep these for 10, 20 years. Won't look any different really to like now. Just look at Luna 1s. So anyhow, thanks for watching such a long video. Like, comment and subscribe. See you later.